Hey, good to see you again in this universe of bold questions and strange answers. Here, every fact hides a bigger story, and we're about to uncover it. A microburst of color snaps into place. Okay, let's slide straight into today's discovery. Imagine this. It's the year 1450. Most people will never read a book in their entire lives, not because they don't want to, but because knowledge is locked away on purpose. Now, here's the dangerous thought. What happens if ideas suddenly become cheap, fast, and impossible to control? That single shift didn't just change history, it rewired power itself. Today, we're going back to the exact moment information broke free. And once it did, there was no going back. Before the printing press, books were handmade, copied letter by letter, usually by monks, inside monasteries, in near silence. One Bible could take years to produce, and cost more than a house, sometimes more than a farm. So knowledge wasn't shared. It was guarded, controlled by churches, universities, and royal courts. If you controlled the books, you controlled reality. By the early 1400s, Europe had a problem. Universities were expanding. Trade networks were growing. Literacy was slowly rising. Science was waking up. But ideas moved slower than horses. Errors multiplied with every hand-copied page. The world was ready to accelerate, but it was stuck using medieval tools. And then, one goldsmith from Mainz noticed something others missed. Johannes Gutenberg wasn't trying to start a revolution. He was trying to solve a production problem. As a goldsmith, he understood molds, alloys, precision, repeatability. Printing already existed in China and Korea centuries earlier. But Gutenberg's breakthrough was different. He developed movable metal typecast from a precise alloy, not carved wood or clay, durable, reusable, mass-producible. Then he combined it with oil-based ink and a modified wine press. 3 existing ideas, locked into one brutally efficient system. Between 1452 and 1455, Gutenberg printed the Bible, approximately 160 to 180 copies in total, approximately 120 to 135 on paper, and 40 to 45 on parchment. Today, about 49 copies still survive. They weren't cheap, but they were consistent, accurate, virtually identical. For the first time in history, ideas could replicate themselves. Without mutating, that's when information stopped being fragile and started becoming powerful. Printing presses spread fast. Germany, Italy, France, England. One press could produce 1,500 to 3,600 pages per day. A human scribe, about 40 pages. That's not an improvement. That's an explosion. By the year 1500, historians estimate around 20 million volumes in circulation. Some studies suggest 8 to 20 million, depending on counting method. By 1600, that number skyrockets to 150 to 200 million copies. Europe didn't just get more books, it got a new operating system. In 1517, Martin Luther published his 95 Theses. They spread through Wittenberg in 2 weeks, across Germany in months, across Europe shortly after. By 1518, roughly 300,000 copies were already in circulation. Now, here's the key part. Printing allowed Luther's arguments and Catholic responses to appear side by side. People could compare, debate, decide, no priest required. No gatekeeper in charge. Centralized authority didn't fall overnight, but it cracked. Because it lost control of the narrative. Printing changed science forever. Ideas stopped dying in notebooks. They started traveling. Copernicus publishes, Galileo responds. Kepler refines. Newton builds on all of them. For the first time, knowledge could accumulate accurately. The scientific revolution wasn't just better thinking, it was better sharing. Here's the twist. The printing press didn't automatically spread truth. It spread comparison. When people could read Luther versus Catholic rebuttals, scientific claims versus counter-arguments, multiple versions of reality at once, authorities stopped being absolute. Truth became something you tested, not something you inherited. That's the real revolution, and it's still happening. Every time you scroll, every time you share, every time an idea spreads faster than it can be controlled, you're living inside Gutenberg's legacy. The printing press didn't just change history, it changed how power works. And once information escaped, it never went back into the cage. Civilizations don't collapse when they lose weapons. They transform when they lose control over ideas. The printing press proved one thing forever. Whoever controls information shapes the future, and whoever can't stop it must adapt. Glad you stayed to the end. That means your curiosity's alive and kicking. If you're into this vibe, like, subscribe, and tap the bell for more mind-bending moments. And don't leave yet. Pick the next video and keep the spark going. See you soon.